In the Christian way of life, they're talking about God and the devil as two opposites. You must understand, once you place God and the devil as opposites, they are equals in their own right, in their own spheres of life, isn't it? Yes? You don't like that because somewhere that understanding is missing. The moment you say devil is opposite to God, that means they are equals. And that's why most of the time he wins. So what is being referred to God and the devil is just this. What is physical is considered the devil. What is beyond the physical is considered the God. Now, once you understand it this way, your very longing or your mental understanding will be always, okay, how to kill the physical because we want to kill the devil. You cannot kill the physical. If you kill the physical or if you try to kill the physical, then you will obliterate yourself in some way. You will become crippled, you will become damaged, distorted. You will not become free, you will not become liberated. So the very basis of understanding that one is against the other creates a huge problem in the mind. Once you understand that this is opposite to that and that is opposite to this, then whichever you seek, you try to destroy the other. And once you do not accept one half of the existence, the question of you knowing anything of the beyond doesn't arise. You see the trap in your own mind, how you're going about this. This is because of distorted teachings, distorted understandings. This is because of immature people, all kinds of upstarts standing up as messiahs of God, all kinds of upstarts claiming to be God's own stuff, that they create opposites between one and the other. So in that way, when I was just mentioning some time ago, Ritambara means that which is the very source of cosmos. Rit means the foundation of the cosmos. So that which is the foundation of the cosmos includes both bad and good, or it has no distinction as to what is bad and good. It's just seeing creation as creation. It is not seeing anything as ugly or beautiful. It is not seeing anything as good or bad. It is not seeing anything as God or devil. It is seeing just everything the way it is. That's awareness. Mind can only function with discretion, otherwise mind is useless. Mind as a faculty is useful to you only because it can discriminate between what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong, isn't it? Otherwise, what good is your mind? Your mind is no good. So mind is like a knife. If you have a knife, you better have a sharp knife. Somebody told you a sharp knife is dangerous, so you carry a blunt knife, then it's no good. Yes, a sharp knife is dangerous. If you walk into somebody, you may kill or you may do something to yourself, possible. But if you have a knife, you must have a sharp knife, real sharp knife, isn't it? Because when you want to use it as a knife, it must be sharp, otherwise it will not perform its functions the way it should. But sharp knife can only cut, cannot put things together, isn't it? Sharp knife can only divide, sharp knives cannot unite. So it is not a tool for yoga. Yoga means union. Yoga means to make everything into one. You can't make everything into one by cutting it into pieces. The more and more you use it, the more and more pieces you have in your life. This is what has happened to the intellectual people of the world. They are more confused and more lost than anybody. People with blunter knives are living lives little more peacefully and joyfully. Yes? People with sharp knives are totally lost in the world simply because they don't know where to use it and where not to use it. They use it on everything because they're so identified with the sharpness of their knife that they just about anything that they give, they use it. People are using it on their gurus also, isn't it? It doesn't work, but they use it. They want to dissect him also and see what's right, what's wrong about him. It's no use, but people do it. The more they use it, the more they'll feel lost, because the more you use your knife, the smaller and smaller pieces the world will become. And suddenly, there is no place to stand on because everything has become such a minute particle. So awareness, if you move into your awareness, you explode into the oneness of the existence. If you move into the mind, you move into the discretion of splitting the world into pieces. So these two things are completely different. Ignorant people are always talking about awareness of the mind. There is no such thing. Because for ages, ignorance has ruled the planet and it continues to rule. Always, the major forces in the planet have always been of ignorance, not of awareness, not even of sense, unfortunately. Very easily we can make the world into a moment of sense, because that we can do with mind. Making it into a moment of awareness is a different job altogether. It needs mass enlightenment. Mass enlightenment's how… I can tell you something, but there are some of you who will get scared and want to leave right now. I will assure you, I have no intentions of mass enlightenment, okay? But let me tell you, it's a beautiful, beautiful example. If you can look at it with openness, because in the United States you have some very negative experiences in this direction. The moment I utter this, some of you will get paranoid. It happened, I don't remember which century. Sundaramurthy, or any Tamil people? Somewhere 7-8 centuries ago. He was an enlightened being. He was a Bala yogi at the age of 6. He walked, expressing his spiritual dimension in a very beautiful way. When you're a child, you can't teach, so he's saying his enlightenment out in very beautiful ways. Most of it has gone unrecorded. What little was recorded is of such immense beauty. So when he became a young man, 7 centuries ago, and India being the kind of culture because he comes from a little royal lineage, he has to get married. So the family, the kingdom and everything compelling him to move into marriage. But he has no such… though he is 14, more than 14, he still doesn't have such intentions, nor does he have any longing in that direction. But social compulsions, family compulsions moving him in that direction. Then he recognized a particular girl and he said, if it is this one girl, maybe. No, he had other intentions. He's not saying this one girl because he thinks she is the prettiest or she is the whatever. He has other intentions because he sees her as a tool to do something else. That one girl, she also comes from a royal lineage but far away, and this kingdom and that kingdom don't get along. You know the usual. They're always placed like that and all that happens. And that one girl, when she's just 5-6 years of age, has turned so spiritual that they are unable to contain her in the house. So at the age of 8, it's an impossible thing in India. At that time, even now it's difficult. She somehow, at the age of 8, compelled her parents to send her to Varanasi, which is in the northern part of India, to study spirituality, which is an impossible thing for a girl of 8 to achieve in those days, that too from a royal family and all that stuff. So she went there, spent her time there. Then when she was 13 or 14, her guru, the one who was instructing her there, told her, anyway, the destinies are moving in this direction, because now 13, 14 means parents are looking for marriage for the girl. Now this man is there, Sundaramurthy Nayanar is there, you better move in that direction, things will happen in a different way, don't worry. The guru, which he should not do normally, he revealed the secret of this marriage to the girl. So the girl willingly agreed. She was also not thinking of marriage in her life, but now she knew this is a special person and he has different ideas for the wedding. She moved in. So somehow the family is reconciled because these two are such extraordinary beings that everybody can see. They have large followings by the time when they're still children. So the marriage fixed. So for the marriage, all kinds of important people around South India are invited. Over 3,000 people assembled for the marriage, for the wedding. Sundaramurthy Nayanar used that moment. I don't know if you're aware of this, or even people who come from Indian origin, if you're aware of it. When the wedding is happening, the wedding ceremony in India is such that the priest is mumbling all kinds of things that you don't usually pay attention to. What he is mumbling is that, let this… something has drawn you together, maybe just your hormones, it doesn't matter what brought you together. something has brought you together. May this union lead to ultimate union. That's the whole ceremony. May this simple attraction of male and female become a longing and a way and a method for you to reach the highest union, which is yoga or enlightenment or whatever you call it. That's the whole wedding ceremony. The Hindu way of life, that's how it is. Most people don't get beyond hormones, that's different. Maybe emotions, they won't go beyond emotions. If they have reasonably pleasant emotions, it is considered a successful marriage, isn't it? If you have reasonably pleasant emotions between two people, it is considered a successful marriage. But the very wedding process is looking forward to an ultimate union, not just for emotional union or hormone satisfaction, looking for an ultimate union. Sundaramurthy Nayanar had different ideas for the wedding. He wanted this to become an ultimate union, not just for him and his bride, for all the guests who have come. Generous man. So it happened. When the moment came, he created an atmosphere where everybody, the wedding guests were no more guests, they all became intense spiritual seekers within those few hours that they were there. And a moment came when all of them found their ultimate, and they shed their bodies right there. Now you have 3,000 and odd bodies on your hand. He and his bride also left. No Kool-Aid, okay? This is simply getting a mass of people into that dimension in such a short period of few hours of being there for the wedding. An incredible thing happened there, that over 3,000 people were fully enlightened and they shed their bodies in full consciousness. 3 centuries later, another poet saint came, and we hear more about Sundaramurthy Nayanar from him. Vallalar, you heard of Vallalar, at least the Tamil people? Vallalar lamented, "Oh, why I didn't get the opportunity to be in that wedding? Why was I not an invitee? That I have to slog for my spirituality like this? Why didn't they invite me to that wedding?" He lamented very beautifully, very poetically, many centuries later. So don't worry, we have no such intentions, because I know some of you can get so paranoid with little things. We have no such intentions. What I'm telling you is, you need to understand what you're seeking. You must be clear. Right now, when you're not clear what you're seeking, you will always be one step forward, one step backward, one step forward, one step backward. Someone who takes one step forward, one step backward, obviously will not go anywhere. You walk forward, it's beautiful. If you walk backwards, at least you realize where you're going. But if you're one step forward, one step backward, you will remain a confusion for your whole life. You will remain a frustration for your whole life, isn't it? So, if you were planning to walk backwards, you're in the wrong place. If you're planning to one step forward, one step backward, it's tragic that you have to be here. If you're planning to walk forward, you must be clear where you're going, what is it that you're seeking. If this clarity doesn't arise, why I have to stress on this aspect more and more? Because how much ever I speak about it, wherever I go, it's not enough, because the so-called religions of the world, the so-called scriptures, and the self-transformation industry has so thoroughly messed it up. And every one of you at one time or the other picked up some bits and pieces from these sources, isn't it? Which is still playing their own tricks within you, isn't it so? Once it happened, 2 priests were standing with a signboard in their hands. The end is near. Turn yourself around before it's too late. One speeding car came. He saw this, put his head out of the window and said, "Leave us alone, you religious nuts!" And he sped on. Went beyond the corner, then these people heard a screeching of tires and a huge crash. Then one of the priests said to the other, "Maybe we just have to put the board as bridges out."